Warning, the following program contains scenes of graphic stupidity between a man and some games. Don't take anything I don't say too serious, I'm just messing around. This video should not be viewed by anyone.
How's it going, everybody? Today I am back with yet another Scum news video. Since an incredible amount of you guys enjoyed the last Scum news video that I made, I decided that today I'm going to make yet another one. And just as I said last time, I don't really make a lot of these, so you gotta bear with me a little bit whilst I try to put my thoughts in order, pretty much. And also, of course, these are not just my speculations or my hopes and wishes for the game, my hopes and wishes for features that could come to the game. This is not some birdie in the wind. This is info released by the devs over on the Scum subreddit or on the Scum Twitter. Just things that the devs released. So it's kind of, you know, decent and concrete information. I mean, it should be a list. So today we're gonna talk about a couple of new features that are going to come to this year video game that we all know and love. And we're gonna start with cars. As we all know, we have a couple of cars in the game. We pretty much have two variations of cars. We have the SUV and the pickup, and they have, for a lack of a better word, they have skins. They have different skins. So we have a little bit of variation when it comes to cars and to vehicles, and we also have the quad. Same thing with the quad, it has a couple of different skins to it, a couple of different variations. So we have ourselves a couple of different variations when it comes to the cars, and of course we got the boats and whatnot. And last time we did a Scum video, a Scum news video, we actually took a look at a dirt bike as well, which is pretty cool to see. So hopefully that's gonna be coming in the game pretty soon as well. But today we're gonna take a look at yet another vehicle. Now this is the new vehicle that is going to come to the game. It's called the Delta Balance 1.7D. and it looks pretty sweet. Now, of course, this is based on a real car from what I believe. I think it's based on the Lancia Delta. It also looks a little bit like an old-timey Volkswagen, but in my mind, of course, I'm not very good when it comes to vehicles. I'm not some sort of a car guy, but it looks like the Lancia Delta. It looks pretty sweet. What I have noticed is that it has the hood opened and also the back open. So the boot and the hood is open. The hood where the engine is supposed to go, and the trunk is open as well. Of course, we all know that we can open the doors of the cars, but we cannot open the hood or the boot as of right now. But I'm seeing in this picture that the hood is up, the boot is up, so I'm hoping that with time that's gonna be a thing as well. And since we are going to be able to open the hood, we're probably gonna maybe need to find some things for the engine, like spark plugs and things like that. Maybe, who knows? That would be actually cool if you find a broken down car, and we wouldn't need just the battery and gasoline. We'd probably need some spark plugs. Maybe it's missing a wheel or something. In my mind, that would be cool. It would add another level to the survival aspect anyway, and it would just kind of enrichen, if that's a word, the environment. It will improve the survival aspect of the game pretty much. Hopefully with time we're gonna be able to customize cars as well. Now, since base building is such a huge part of the game, and you can improve your walls, make them from wood to metal, and we're gonna be able to make them in concrete as well, why not allow us to kind of modify our cars with some scrap metals and things like that. Not that cars are very easy to get, and they may be death traps as well sometimes, but it would be nice to be able to modify our cars. Just add simple things like some grills, some lights on them, maybe also use scrap to kind of improve your windows, like your windshield and whatnot, to not get domed immediately, so the car is more redundant. Maybe it's gonna offer up a lot more protection if you kind of modify it, I guess. But yeah, it looks like we're gonna get ourselves a brand new vehicle into the game. Now moving on to the next item on our news list. Alright, so moving on to some character customization. Now, we all know that we can customize our characters. We have a couple of options, but one thing that we can do is actually set the age of our character. And it looks like with time, of course, this is probably gonna be way out there into the future, but I saw this over on Twitter earlier and it looks really cool, and I wanted to kind of give my thoughts on it. It looks like this is how the new characters will look in Scum one day. This kind of looks like the game is going to change our facial looks based on our age. So the older we make our character, the older he's actually going to look, because as of right now you can make your guy, I don't know the maximum age, but for example if you make him 50, he's gonna look exactly the same as he would be at 20 and at 30. So it looks like with time we're actually gonna get some more facial animations, I guess, so our guy can be like old and raggedy and whatnot. And we also saw last time that we are going to get facial animations. They're working on some sort of animations, which is pretty darn cool. So hopefully when we speak in game, hopefully our character's mouth is going to move, and then even further into the future, I mean, we can look like this. That's pretty cool. And then I was seeing in the tweet like, what about haircuts? Are we gonna get? I mean, we can cut our hair and our beard, but we can't, I guess, stylize it. Is that a word? I hope that's a word. We can't arrange it in any certain like ways. But it's pretty cool that someday we're gonna have this is probably gonna be like what, 0.8, 0.9, or maybe 1.0, who knows. But it's cool that something like this is going to be in the game at some point. Alright, now as we all know, I am a big fan of the rail yard, the train tracks, and the trains that and the train that is on the tracks, the new train bridge track. I don't know what to call it. It's a bridge over the water, right? And it has train tracks, and it also has the train on it. But it looks like we are actually going to get some inside interior design on the trains. Now this looks like a passenger train. The trains that we have it's like a train that transports materials and whatnot. It's not a passenger train. But it looks like they're working on some interior designs for an actual passenger train. Now this looks very nice. I'm hoping, this is probably not going to happen, but I am really hoping that the train is going to move on the map. That would be really interesting. Have a moving train and it only stops in certain areas of the map. So just like the drops, it doesn't have like a certain point of stopping like a train station. It's going to stop at an interval of time, and each time is different, and the train has good loot, and that's the only way to kind of jump on the train, you know, when it stops at a random point around the map. So you're gonna have to follow it, or kind of manage to deduct what is going to stop. So it's gonna go fast, and if you see the train kind of slowing down, you're like, okay, it's going to stop somewhere. I'm gonna hop in, get some good loot. That would be cool to see, but it's probably not going to happen. But that's just kind of a cool idea that I was thinking of whilst I was looking at this cool little interior design picture. It looks very nice. Alright, so this is a picture that the devs released a little bit ago, and it kind of shows us what they're working on pretty much. And if we take a look at this kind of writing on this here paper, I think the first thing is we have some animations. I think we're gonna have reloading animations. So when we put the bullets into the magazine, we're actually gonna have an animation. So our guy's gonna take the mag in his hand and put the bullets in the mag, which is actually pretty cool. And then I'm hoping that this says wetness function. So hopefully we're gonna have some more wetness effects on our clothes, and we're gonna have to actually dry them off by a fire. Or if we're down south, of course, it's going to dry off with time. But if we're in a colder area, I'm hoping that wetness is not going to go away until you make a fire. And of course, we have some foliage rework. Apparently, they're going to rework continental and snow foliage and rocks to match coastal level of quality. And also, it says here, make burned forest. That's going to be an interesting place to see. And also going to have a new underground base. It says that they are going to replace the old underground bases with new and improved, hopefully, in bases, and make some of them abandoned. So we're gonna have some underground bases without the mechs, hopefully. And of course, we have ourselves a new crafting menu. Make a new crafting menu that will have better overview and functionality and support for consoles. Does that mean that Scum is coming to the console, people? I don't know. And to be perfectly honest, I don't really care. I'm not a console player. I have no interest in consoles. So this is like I guess it's going to be cool for the people that want to try it on the consoles. So, I mean, I'm all for it. And I'm hoping that we're not going to have different servers. I'm hoping that it's going to be cross-platform, because I remember the Apex days when console came and it was cross-platform. well, it was easy pickings. And we also have on this piece of paper here weapons update 2, and then I don't know what that is. That's a turtle update, maybe. And then we have some vehicle upgrades as well. So I was talking about vehicles earlier, so hopefully we're gonna actually be able to upgrade our vehicles at some point. Alright, now I've seen this and I don't know what's happening. This is probably some concept art, something that probably won't reach the game anytime soon or ever. It looks like an exoskeleton, doesn't it? Now, I don't know if this is supposed to be for the players or this is supposed to be for the NPCs. Are this gonna be a different variation of the mechs where an actual soldier or person is in the mech and you can headshot the NPC and you can kind of take them out? Or is this supposed to be for the player to fight the robots? I don't know. It's just a little bit of concept art. It looked pretty cool. Hopefully we're not gonna be able to kind of just put this on and go out into the world. And if we actually are able to just craft this or find it, hopefully it's gonna be really slow just to give the players a chance against it. Imagine this guy in an exoskeleton with like a 50 cal weapon and some guy running around with with a stone knife and a spear. That'd be funny to see actually. But yeah, I think this is a little bit of concept art that we got. It's probably not gonna reach the game anytime soon, if ever, but it looked pretty cool. Is it gonna fit into the whole lore of the things? Yes, we got robots, we got drones, we got explosive in our head. What's an extra exoskeleton? Alright. Alright, and I think these are kind of some of the things that I wanted to speak about today. The aging looks really cool with the faces. The older you make your character, the older he's actually going to look, which is actually really nice. New car, I'm hoping that a new car is gonna mean more vehicles on the map, just so we can find vehicles. Not that I'm a big fan of them because, good lord, I got sprayed out of a couple of them. And I prefer walking, but it's nice to have the option to kind of mess around with them. Pretty much steal them and then just leave them abandoned, but the new car looks pretty cool. Hopefully we're gonna be able to upgrade them. From what we've seen on that little bit of paper sheet over there, we may be able to upgrade them at some point. Then of course the interior of the train, so hopefully we're gonna have a train. It's probably not going to move, but I'm really hopeful that it will actually move around the map. That would be very nice. And yeah, I think that's about it for today with the Scum news. I hope you guys enjoyed. As I've said earlier, a lot of you guys enjoyed the last one, so hopefully this one was decent as well. I don't really make a lot of these, so hopefully I made sense just a little bit. In case I did, be sure to drop some stuff and things down below. Make sure to subscribe. Thank you so much for hanging out, and I will see you in the next one with some more video games.